I'm here with John Robinson today. Most people know you as JR. JR has served as a former president of our Hilton Head area realtors. He's facilitated real estate transactions as a professional for nearly 2 decades on Hilton Head. You've lived on Hilton Head for 4 decades. Formerly, you were a tennis pro, traveled the country. But today we are talking about Forest Beach, and undoubtedly you've helped, I'd say, hundreds of clients buy and sell real estate, homes, villas in this area. What is it? What are the top 3 reasons you'd say a buyer chooses real estate in Forest Beach?
The top 3, I'd say, one is it's very informal. The restaurants here, the shopping, it's a very informal and sort of Key West kind of section of the island. Another thing is the big deal are the fees. You know, if you own a property here, the fees are very minimal compared to a lot of the communities on Hilton Head. And I don't want to disparage any other communities, but that's part of the reason why I chose Forest Beach as my home. Because we do not have an annual POA fee here in Forest Beach. We have, you know, if you own a condo, then you have monthly fees, but the monthly fees seem to be a little bit lower than other properties. One thing that we don't have here in Forest Beach is we don't have golf course views. We don't have big lakes and ponds, although we do have a tremendous amount of bike paths, a tremendous amount of opportunity to walk this community. And that's the big deal to folks who are considering purchasing a property on Hilton Head, to not get in their car, but to grab their bike or to walk to a restaurant, a pub, or the beach. And that's why I love Forest Beach.
Okay, so obviously a tremendous number of reasons why buy here. So I'm going to ask you one that's difficult as an owner. People want to know, why would I not want Forest Beach?
Why would I not choose Forest Beach?
Choose Forest Beach as a resident?
It's a very
Also,
difficult question, Dan, but I got an answer.
Okay, give it.
And I come across many people who, when they come to Hilton Head and they want to find their property, a second home or an investment property or a primary residence, and I hear it often, that why wouldn't you choose Forest Beach? One big reason is it's not your planned urban community with clubhouses and memberships to a golf club, and we don't have the private
Like a clubhouse type environment.
Correct. And there are folks who come down here who prefer to be behind the gates. It feels more secure. Plus, it's one-stop shopping. You've got all the amenities behind your gates: golf and tennis, and walking and beach, and some stores and so forth. We have that here in Forest Beach. Other than the golf, we have a major tennis center here in Forest Beach called the Vandermeer Tennis Center. But at the same time, why would someone not choose Forest Beach? It would be those folks who prefer to be behind the gates, where you go in and the security guard waves you in and you say, "Welcome back to Hilton Head." So Forest Beach has a different vibe.
Yeah. Well, leveraging that as a transition, certainly reasonable and fair to all the other communities. That might be a reason for the person that doesn't buy. What do you find people that are clients of yours that have Forest Beach has great appeal, but they find something similar? What are maybe some of the competing areas where you find your clients buying?
Similar to Forest Beach, I'd say the biggest competitor to Forest Beach would be Folly Field Beach. Now, there's a Folly Beach in a different town up, the state, but we have what we call Folly Field Beach here on Hilton Head, and that's more on the north end. If you go out to the beach out here and then you turn left, you can walk all the way up to Folly Field Beach. But Folly Field has a tremendous amount of condos. They have some homes, but it's what they don't have that Forest Beach has is the tiki hut, the hotels, the stores and the restaurants. And the one big thing that Forest Beach now has is the Low Country Celebration Park, which is, I think, the biggest gem on Hilton Head right now. It's a chance for people to congregate and just enjoy being outside right across the street from the beach. But Folly Field Beach is it's not private, but it has a private feel. There's not a lot of activity going on other than people sunbathing and riding their bikes and just sort of being around.
Well, John, JR, really appreciate the detail, the feedback. Undoubtedly, you are not the self-proclaimed expert. You are the expert, as identified by so many of your peers. And appreciate your time and sharing your knowledge.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope anybody who's interested in Hilton Head would consider Forest Beach, or really find your favorite place, find your go-to place, and that's your new place to be on Hilton Head. And Dan, I'd like to thank you for this drink too. It's very nice.
Yeah, cheers.